Windy night tonight, so excuse me if you can hear any howling going on in the background. It's not me or the werewolf next door. Right, what we've got is quite a classic standard problem with Lambrettas, and that is the kickstart shaft. I was talking to the owner of the engine, and it turns out that for some reason or another he put this side casing on, and it does look like for some reason that the kickstart now is, or it might have been originally, I don't know if you can see that, it's not sat, there's a gap, and you can tap it down if I line it up properly. See what I mean? And it pushes straight up again. And what that actually is I'll take this front of this engine off. I'll probably have to stand up, excuse me. Right, what that is this part here rubs on, if I just grab you, excuse the camera work, rubs on this part of the clutch. And what it does, if you bolt it down like that, it will push the clutch down on the corner, and you can actually see, and I can see where it's been rubbing. Yeah, so what it basically does is it will turn over fine like that, yeah, but under pressure it's like having the clutch semi pulled in, so you'll get, it'll kick the engine over, slip, kick the engine over, slip. Now there's two ways of getting rid of this, and that is a thinner top plate. You can buy these in different thicknesses, take the thickness down. I'll find that the plate still is held in with the circlip there, and basically it's still the same height, so that's a waste of time. Or what you do, as I've tried to say, shift that up so you can see it, you just need to take off, you can see where it's shiny, where it rubs. You can do that with some paint. There's engineer blue that is basically a rub off, similar to paint basically. It just marks and you can see where it's hitting basically. So I can see that that's been rubbing, and I believe it's been rubbing on here. If we turn that around, it's been rubbing all the way, yeah. If I get the light to point down on there, you can see the grooves cut into that, yeah. That won't affect this, you know, what it does or whatever, because it's only a top plate. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just machine a bit of this off, just take it down a bit, and then I'll cut back in again. So now you can see that that's all nice and flat. So basically what I've done is I've removed all the pressure from these bolts, not studs in this case. They've done the old Innocenti way, what they finished up, as I said in a previous blog, or I will say in a blog when I was building this engine. These really should be studs in my opinion. If you have got bolts, you know, it's another tenner in it or whatever. I don't know how much the studs are at the moment. I've not bought some for a while, but that's nice and flat. It's not rocking on anything, it's not hitting anything now. I will take it off and show you, but you have got the gap of the gasket, excuse me. So you'll have the gap of the gasket just lifting the side casing off slightly. That's the new gasket again I'm going to be using, so that can come off. Right, hopefully you can see where I've just taken off quite a bit, you know, not massively. I mean, I haven't weakened it or anything. I took out the kickstart pinion, just make sure that wasn't the cause of it not sitting properly. It wasn't that. That's been rubbing, as I showed a couple of seconds earlier. So I'm quite happy now that this can go on, and that problem is now done. So what we need to do is our plunger needs to be greased. We need to put back in the pinion, and I've basically got my 6mm, not that one, 6mm spanner to do up this instead of using my mole grips or whatever. So if I can turn that around, I can quite easily show you. So we've got our washer with the hole in it. That's basically to let oil get through. Just checking that that's not flat. I'll use a screwdriver to put it flat. There you go. And a non-metallic one or file just to get rid of the screwdriver, because it's been magnetised with cleaning up all the flywheel basically. So there's our plunger again. Not a massive job. Stick the spring in, drop it into place like so. Make sure that it's springing okay, and then all we need to do is just turn it around. Spin that around so it lines up, and then put our bolt in. Hopefully my hands are not in the way, in the hole. I think I've shown this already in the video anyway. So we just loosely tighten it up. Sorry, my hand's in the way again. And we get our 6mm and just tighten that up. Like I say, never go too mad. I'll try and give you the best view. Not always easy to work with the camera so close, but might make up a mount for the camera for future videos and take it from there. So we're going to tighten that up. That'll do. So that's our pinion in place again. So all I've got to do is grease up the plunger, clean it, grease it up, put that in place, and then we can put our gasket on. So I'll just kick away from there for a sec. What I did as well, I just had my verniers to measure from the center of that bolt, basically where there's like a little locating dowel to where the clutch is, and I made sure that it clears, and it does now. You can use a ruler or whatever, straight edge with a mark on either end, anything you want basically, just to make sure that this clears the edge of the clutch. So like I say, you can buy thinner ones, but I don't think that cures it. That's my own, again, bias if you like. So I'm just going to put that away, and I'll cut back in 5 minutes. Right, I've put some oil in last night, and I just wanted to check if there was any leaks, and it's completely bone dry. There's none on the rag there. A bit there from last night. I should have wiped that off, but as you can see, that is bone dry. I'm more than happy with that. I can't see any oil around, and the clutch is all in and done. Kickstart's on and done. I don't know if I videoed it last night, but I had to reshim the float on the Kickstarter and put the correct washer on. I had the wrong washer on it. Not a big job, but what happens is the Kickstart moves in if it's not shimmed correctly, and that can push on the clutch. So it's like pulling the clutch in basically. It should just be solid like that all the time, not pushed down. So you can hear that's engaging straight away. So I'm quite happy with that.